All right, everybody, it has happened. The death of eBay dropshipping. It is all over. The world is over. You need to go post in all of the Facebook groups now and show that you got that email. Everybody lost their top rated status. It's all over. It's done. No, in all honesty, I'm just kidding. So yeah, if you guys have been paying attention to eBay dropshipping, or if you guys know anything about eBay dropshipping, if this is your first time on the channel, it's probably not the video to watch. But eBay dropshipping is not dead. Everybody made a big stink about it last week, and I wanted to lay low. I didn't want to come out and say anything before, I knew anything, because I feel like everybody loves to just make their assumptions the day of something happening, or the day of somebody getting banned, or people getting banned, or anything like that. And it's not my personality. It's not my go-to move. So, like, everybody's probably seen the new eBay dropshipping policy, and if not, I'm going to show it in here. But, this is my video on what I think the future of eBay dropshipping is going to be. I don't think it's dead. I think that you can still do retail arbitrage. I mean, retail arbitrage has been banned on Amazon for years now, and people are still making thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars a month doing so. So first off, it's not over. It's, if anything, it's just harder now, exactly like how Amazon is, which me personally, I'm embracing. I'm loving the fact that there's going to be less competition out there. I'm loving the fact that I can go out and branch out into a bunch of different just avenues now and make way more money than what I was doing, with way less sales than what I was doing. That's really what I want to try to capitalize on here in 2019. And I really want to capitalize on more sustainable business, for one, because Amazon onto eBay, although it is very lucrative. I don't know how it is going to be in the future. It is very lucrative though, but it's not the most sustainable business plan. It's basically kind of scheming the system. And, it is a great place to get started. I love everything about how easy it is to start up. And, it really allowed me to get to where I am now very easily. But, I really, now that I've had more experience in the game, yes, I am still going to do retail arbitrage. Yes, I am still doing it on eBay. Yes, I am still doing it on Amazon. But, I want to also switch my focus into other things. And I want to bring you guys just just bring new ideas to the light for you guys, and show you guys that, once you get good at retail arbitrage, or if you don't want to go the retail arbitrage route, there is a bunch of other routes that you can be going, and you don't have to fight for these 2 or 3 or 5 or 6% profits on the internet. It is highly competitive. It is highly lucrative if you're good at it. But, there are other things that you can do to maybe diversify yourself and bring yourself out there and just bring yourself more income in general. Easier. It's harder to get started on something like what I've been doing the past 2 months or month behind the scene. It's really harder to get started, but once you get there, it's a lot easier to stay there. So that's one thing I like to say, and I think a lot of people do appreciate Amazon onto eBay dropshipping, Walmart onto eBay, Walmart onto Amazon, stuff like that, because of how easy it is to get started. But you have to realize that could be taken away from you at any point in time. And, you always have to, at least I always feel obligated to preach that, this is a way to make some great, fast money easy. But what is it in 2, 3, 4 years from now? So without further ado, I'm going to get started. I'm going to, share my screen with you guys, and, we're going to open up here to the eBay dropshipping policy. This just came out last week, I believe. And, it says, yada, 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 dropshipping, also known as product sourcing, is a way of selling items on eBay without ever handling the items yourself. It goes into saying that you're allowed to do it. Drop shipping, which I have highlighted here, where you fulfill orders directly from a wholesale supplier, is allowed. However, listing an item on eBay and then purchasing the item from another retailer or marketplace that ships directly to your customer is not permitted. So that's basically now the same rule as what Amazon has. You're allowed to go from a wholesaler. You're still allowed to drop ship from China, which I don't know why they don't crack down on that more than they crack down on Amazon onto eBay. But it has been, a very, very, very hot topic for the last year and a half now. And I think that the reason why eBay is cracking down on it is that so many people have gotten into this business, and so many people have literally no clue what they're even doing. And they're really just making it an awful buying experience for people on eBay's side. And I can wholeheartedly believe that. And I wholeheartedly understand why eBay wants to hedge themselves against people like this. But So this really goes to show that you should be running your business as best as possible. This is your business. This isn't a, hey, I'm going to list 10,000 items onto eBay and then fucking sell items and then not really care about anything. Like, you can list 10,000 items on eBay, but you should be doing customer service. You should be taking care of your customers, making sure that, every single customer is as happy as possible. You're not going to make every single customer happy, but the majority, 99%. And, you should be good from there. It's all about like keeping your account in good standards and making sure that you are giving the eBay buyer a good buying experience so they come back to eBay and buy again. That's the main thing. One of the things I could understand why eBay is a little upset about is, first off, the majority of the Amazon items come in an Amazon box or some sort of thing that says Amazon on it from eBay. Yes, I do know that Amazon does do fulfillment for people that sell on eBay or other platforms and stuff too. Yes, that is a thing, but I really do think that eBay appreciates it more if it's either blind drop shipping, which I do want to get into talking about in other videos, or if it's just, actual wholesaling or somebody selling something out of their own garage or some sort of stock or something. But blind drop shipping is basically when it comes in a box that's blank and it has no invoice in it and it's just the item that you asked for. There's all there is, it says it got shipped from here, but nobody really looks at that label. But if the box comes with a glaring, obvious Amazon Prime tape with Amazon Prime symbols on it, it's kind of more obvious. So what am I doing? What have I been doing behind the scenes for about a month now? That's why I haven't been making very many videos and stuff like that. And what have I been focusing on primarily while I've had everything else running in the background? Well, one has been Amazon dropshipping, but that's not the scope of this video at all. And I have other videos that I'm coming out with and I've come out with talking about that. So what am I doing primarily for eBay dropshipping? And this is actually titled Amazon Item Sourcing because it's from my last video. But these are the new eBay strategies that I want to implement in 2019. One is retail arbitrage. It's still retail arbitrage, but it's from obscure sources. So how do you find these obscure sources? First off, I'll get into explaining that afterwards, actually. So it's going to be a manual store. There will be no API connections whatsoever. It will be obscure sources, not Amazon, Walmart, or Home Depot, possibly Home Depot, but at the moment, not Home Depot. Some weird-ass sources that are out there that are very popular or decently popular. Not a lot of people use them. They're very reliable still. Some of them do blind drop shipping. They just might not call it that. Some of them are kind of more wholesalers, but they're mainly all just retailers online and it's a manual store. I have mine going. I made it probably about 15 days ago, maybe less than that, maybe 11 days ago. And I have 75 items up, and I've already sold almost 5,000 in sales for the month. It's very unoptimized listings. It was kind of just hacked together. And yes, you could be saying that I'm making these beginner gains because it's a new account, but I wholeheartedly do believe that it's mainly because of the fact that it's not Amazon or Walmart onto eBay. It's these obscure sources. And I've been doing pretty well with that. Secondly, Chinese suppliers on dropshipping, AliExpress, DHgate, Banggood, anything like that. If you guys have seen my live that I did with Tammy, that was about 2 weeks ago. She's very, very big in this. She's been helping me out along the way of this. I've gotten some items listed. I haven't really put too much effort into it, but this is going to be the next week's, whole entire endeavor. And that's really what I want to start getting into is a lot of China onto eBay. It's way higher profit margins and everything. And, it's still allowed. So why not go for it? And, we'll be putting out videos to help you guys with that as well. And then lastly, what me and Jason have been working on for about 2 months behind the scenes is wholesale dropshipping. First off, everybody's going to come out and start saying wholesale dropshipping. And, of course, because it's going to be the next hottest thing to talk about, just like Amazon dropshipping, Walmart, Amazon retail arbitrage, anything like that. Well, first off, I do want to talk about the difference between what retail arbitrage and dropshipping is, because a lot of people use them synonymously. But, retail arbitrage is finding things from a retailer and then sending them into retail arbitrage dropshipping or whatever you want to call it. It's finding things from a retailer, Amazon, Walmart, Home Depot, putting it onto another source or another site like eBay. But wholesale dropshipping is literally you get an agreement with the wholesaler. You have to have a legitimate business. You have to have resale certificates. But sometimes your Duns and Bradstreet number, whatever they ask for, you actually need to provide. And it's a lot of information. And then after that, then you'll finally be allowed to sometimes you can't even see their inventory. Sometimes you can see their inventory. You can't see the prices. And then, once you get accepted, you have to go through an exception process. You pass in all your paperwork. They either email you back or they don't, because sometimes they're just real slackers on it. So you have to call them. And then after that, then you're allowed to, get their items, list them, but you still need to make sure like, hey, am I allowed to list these on eBay? Hey, am I allowed to list these on Amazon? So, Jason did start a whole entire wholesale dropshipping YouTube channel, which is going to be down in the description below. So make sure you check that out. He's already got 2 videos up, I believe. And, he has, so one thing I was about to say was a lot of these like YouTubers are going to come out and say, oh, we got to do wholesale dropshipping now. And I've been looking at it for the last 2 months. I in no way, shape, or form an expert. I do know more than, somebody who hasn't been doing this for 2 months. But Jason has been doing this before I conned him into getting started doing Amazon onto eBay dropshipping. He was doing this on his own. And if you guys don't know who Jason is, he's my business partner. He works behind the scenes. He's been doing this on his own for at least 3 years now. So if anybody has the experience to be teaching you guys, it's him. And that's why, we convinced him to start his own YouTube channel. So let's get a little bit into each of these 3 topics here. First one is going to be manual store retail arbitrage with obscure sources. So where are you going to go about finding these sources? I go into SKUGrid. You can just log in and you just go to stores here. And basically, any of these stores are in some way, shape, or form a site that somebody's drop shipped off of. Whether they are, a actual drop shipper like diecast drop shipper, I'm pretty sure it's literally just a drop shipping like wholesale supplier. Like I don't think you can even see their prices or anything like that, which means that you're gonna have to get an agreement with them, call them up, log in, and register to see the pricing like a lot of them will have. Then you have to log in, but in order to log in, you have to register. In order to register, you have to, at least give them some sort of information. This one doesn't seem very hard to get into because it's just email, password, and where you're from. But a lot of them will ask for like your EIN number, your business name, resale certificates from whatever states you have like IDs in and stuff like that. So some of them are more legitimate than others. This one, seems like it could be just, more of an obscure site. And anything like that. So it could be retailers. They could be wholesalers. I know that if you just type in Control F and type in wholesale, you'll probably find AE Wholesale, Wholesale Halloween costumes, wholesale party supplies, Novatech. I do not suggest Novatech. I've looked into them. They suck. But yeah, it's just things like that where, it's either going to be some weird ass, obscure retailers or just, drop shippers and things like that. Also, if you haven't realized, don't go by what these little, icons are because there's the Amazon icon next to Walmart, stuff like that. Actually read what the actual store is. Also, back in the day, you used to be able to pay SKUGrid in order to get your website that you wanted to dropship from put onto SKUGrid. So these are all websites that people have dropshipped from in the past or are currently using to dropship. So I highly suggest looking around on this list and trying to find some on your own. So after that, first off, there's higher margins. I'm going to show you right here that this is an item. Yes, the picture isn't the same because I have a different picture up as my main image, but this is the item from the supplier that I have. It's free shipping. There is tax on this item in specific states, but you can get tax exempt on this source. I just have yet to get around to it, and they take like 7 days to answer you. I wanted to get items up before anything and just, then roll with the punches there. But say I was tax exempt on this source. Let's clear it. This is the same item. If you don't believe me, then you don't believe me, but it's whatever. $205 basically. Multiply that by 0.88. That's basically taking away the eBay and PayPal fees in America, and you're left with $180.30. You can even minus the 30-cent transaction fee from PayPal. Left with basically $180, and you minus $154 basically for the buying price, and you got $26 profit here. Even if you're paying tax, maybe it's a certain percentage or whatever, but it's on this number. Let's say the tax is $6. Say there's no tax. First off, $26 divided by 205, which is basically the buying price of this. This is plus sales tax, which is going to be a whole nother video I'm going to put out. You're looking at a 13% front end profit basically, and this is before any cash back. There's not really any cash back on this supplier, but I do have a 2% cash back credit card, so it will get me something. No matter what, even if it's like 20 some dollars, it's basically a 10% front end margin and then cash back afterwards, which is way better. It's a really high priced item. So basically third bullet point, sell less, make more, which is that's a great ordeal if you think about it. You sell 5 of those a day, or 5 items similar to this a day, then you're making $100 something on the day, and you only have to fulfill 5 orders. You only have to worry about 5 orders fucking up. You only have to worry about 5 people complaining. When back in the day, I was doing like 300 orders of Amazon onto eBay items a day. You have way more room for like error and everything like that. So that's the great thing about the manual store. Retail arbitrage. Some bad things about it, I guess I would say, is it's more work. It's a little bit more effort. It's not as easy. All things that I like because I like to put in the work and effort and time and everything like that. Chinese suppliers dropshipping. So some supplying methods are pretty quick. That's a great advantage. There's this thing called ePacket. ePacket can get to the United States and get to your person within like 12 to 20 days, it says. Sometimes it's quicker from what I've heard, and I'm really looking forward to getting started with it. Then there's higher margins. I've seen people getting 20% and up as regular. That's normal. 20, 30, 40, 50%. Anything like that. That's normal because first off, people aren't seeing these items. They're not going on to Amazon and finding these items all the time. They're coming from AliExpress, DHgate, things like that. And, they're not going to browse around and find this item on AliExpress and stuff like that. This is not what the common consumer does. There's tons of suppliers and sources. First off, there's a bajillion suppliers on AliExpress. There's a tons of sources like AliExpress. Like I said, DHgate, Banggood, all those other things. And one thing I didn't mention here, a lot of these suppliers actually do have U.S. warehouses too, so you could then guarantee way quicker shipping times and everything like that. And, it's still going to be cheaper priced items. And it's still allowed on eBay. At the moment, eBay's still allowing it. I think there might be some changes coming up in the future, but at the moment, it's still pretty good. And last but not least, wholesale dropshipping, which I really think is going to be the most sustainable and, longest lasting, best endeavor that you could get into in your business. It's not going to be one of those things where you're dropshipping from Amazon onto eBay one day and all of a sudden Amazon bans your account or eBay completely shuts it down or anything like that, or eBay bans your account. First off, wholesale dropshipping, you have to get contracts and agreements with these wholesalers, and you are building a business relationship. I know Jason has relationships with people at some of these wholesale dropshipping places where he calls them up, they know him by name, he's met them in person, he met them at trade shows, things like that, where it's like a more personal, actual, real business relationship. Secondly, there's going to be little to no competition. There's not going to be very many people that are dropshipping from these very, very, very obscure sources. And if there is, still there's these things called MAP prices where you're really not allowed to go below a certain price. So you're still guaranteed a decent amount of profit. You get to kind of set your own margins if you want. If there's very low competition, then you can set your own margins. Item locations are consistent. That's one thing that, eBay is very, very big on now. If you say your item is located in Massachusetts somewhere and it's being shipped out of Illinois, Florida, California, all over the place, eBay doesn't like that for whatever reason. Hopefully they update it where you can actually put, instead of the words multiple locations, you can actually put like all the locations that it's coming from if you know all the locations of your supplier. But at the moment, that's really not allowed. So I still put multiple locations on my items, but it's all up in the air on what's the best way to go. You get contracts with suppliers. eBay also said with a wholesale supplier is allowed, or and they say something about contracts somewhere. But I've asked multiple eBay reps, and they said that they don't even have a way to accept a contract yet. So I don't even know what the hell they're talking about there. But you can get the real contracts, and it's allowed. It's official. And like I said, Jason has been doing wholesale dropshipping for 3 years now, and he started a dropshipping YouTube channel, wholesale dropshipping YouTube channel. I'm fairly positive it's just called Wholesale Dropshipping, and he's got multiple videos out on it now. So go check that out. The link's in the description. He knows a lot more than I do on this, but like I said, I do want to get extremely good at these at these 3 topics over the next few months and give back as much as I can to you guys, because I would like for you guys, I feel like a lot of people feel like they've been done wrong in this business, or that, they watch YouTube videos and they feel like people are trying to scheme them. And I'm really trying to give you guys the most sustainable possible options out there. Yes, Amazon onto eBay is still working at the moment. Not as well, but yes, it is still working. Yes, it is still the easiest route to go at the moment. Yes. But if you guys are looking for something more sustainable, if you have something that you want to get into that, or you have a little bit more of extra cash or time to spend, there might be a little bit more money invested in the wholesale dropshipping thing where you have to get your business right off the bat and you have to do things like that. There is a very streamlined process that I want to try to, just lay down for you guys in the next couple of videos I make. But this is where I think the future is headed, and I think it's going to be extremely sustainable. And I know that if you guys get good at this, you will be making thousands and hundreds and thousands of dollars. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. eBay dropshipping is not dead. I don't think it ever will be. I don't think dropshipping will ever go away. I think it will only get bigger, and you just need to be doing it, in a more sustainable and easier manner. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. If you want to see more videos about wholesale dropshipping, I'm going to be putting out videos. Jason, check out his channel, give him a subscribe. I think he's starting completely from scratch, but he does have me helping him out, so he gets to use my setup and everything. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys very much.